I'm here with Jerry Block, Editor-in-Chief of IGN Gear. Now Jerry, GDC 2007 is a thing of the past, and even though we gave it a lot of love on the site, there's still some really cool things worth checking out.
Yeah, indeed. We're going to get a bunch of video footage of some of the best gear at the show. Seeing in action is the way to see it, so let's check it out.
Awesome. Let's take a look. I'm standing here with Jerry Block, Editor-in-Chief of our gear channel at IGN. Now Jerry, I know that this is a big show for tech, so what are some of the coolest things that you've seen here today?
There are probably three good ones that really come across well on camera. We went over to Philips and looked at their newest Ambix display, which is always kind of cool. We've seen it develop over the years, and it's the whole super immersive home theater. They integrate lighting, Ambilight is what the normal TVs have, but they have actual rooms that they're displaying. All the walls have LEDs. The floor vibrates with special magnets. There are fans that blow when there's a windy point in the game.
How nerdy do you have to be to actually install a room like that in your house?
Maybe not. It wouldn't work well for my place, but it's still pretty cool. And maybe one day it'll be the future when we all live in tiny cubicles and underground after the Armageddon.
So we've also got a chance to check out what I thought was really cool at the show, the Falcon, which is basically telling everybody to give the mouse the bird.
Yeah, exactly. The company is called Novant, and the product's the Falcon. It's the the 3D haptic force feedback controller that I've been talking about. It's that pod. It's got all those arms. It basically simulates really decent 3D touch. The demo that we played was Half-Life 2. The guns all have different varieties of recoil, so it can kick really pretty hard. When you pick something up with the gravity gun, it actually adds weight to the handle, so it's pulling your hand down, which is really pretty immersive.
So that's all fine and good, but one of the really uber cool things that I totally nerded out on was the Emotive. That's right, I forgot the name. But that thing was awesome. It actually reads your thoughts, essentially.
Yeah, totally. It's like a headset full of electrodes. So they do EEG, like the normal hospital scanning. They can see what's going on in your brain. Basically, you put it on, and it can do a bunch of stuff. It can see what's on your face. Like without a camera, it can see if you're blinking, where you're looking. Cool for like chatting programs and things like that.
You can't lie to your friends where you're like, haha, you're so funny, and now they actually can tell that you're completely, lying to them.
Yeah, the ineffectual LOL. Now you've actually got to think it's funny, which will change everything. But cooler than that, they can see your excitement level. So if you're frightened, if you're scared, if you're calm and zen, it can tell that as well. So they're pitching ideas for how that could be implemented in games. And the very coolest thing is it has the capability to simulate the Force in virtual 3D. Using your mind power, it's got like 12 different actions, like lifting, pushing, pulling, a whole bunch of physical motions, like purely like the real Force. And with some practice and everything, which apparently not too much is really required, you can actually, by force of will, manipulate things in 3D space. It's really impressive. We just saw like a closed-door demo. You were there too, and it was rad, convincing, right?
It was totally convincing. I actually was for a long time looking around to see if he had a camera or something set up that I'm like, no way could this possibly be true, but it's true.
So anyway, it's coming out next year. They say 2008 for less than a PS3, and they're pitching it to developers now.
All right, folks, that's all we've got for gear at GDC this year. Ninja Gaiden Sigma is the updated and some would say complete version of the classic Xbox game we've all come to know and love. We here at IGN got a chance to catch up with the game's director for a look at what's new. Here's what any fan of Ninja Gaiden Sigma worth their salt should know.
Ninja Gaiden Sigma is a new title in the Ninja Gaiden franchise that is a re-envisioning of Ninja Gaiden for the PlayStation 3 platform. Ninja Gaiden Sigma consists of all of the content that was present in Ninja Gaiden Black, with new improvements made to graphic elements, including textures, environments, and tweaking of the action engine to make the combat even more impressive. There are several new elements in the game that will surprise people that are familiar with Ninja Gaiden. Those include new enemies, new boss encounters, a new weapon, and new areas within the game. In particular, we're very proud of our new playable character, Rachel, who provides a completely different play experience for people to counterpoint our ninja action. There were areas in the story of Ninja Gaiden in which Rachel disappeared and went off on her own pursuits. And the playable chapters for Rachel in Ninja Gaiden Sigma will detail where she was, who she was meeting, and what she discovered during those periods in the story. When we approached the subject of adding a new weapon to Ninja Gaiden Sigma, we wanted to include something that was flashy but also easily approachable to players of the series, something that could function as a new standard weapon for Ryu Hayabusa. And that's why we decided on the double katanas, which is a weapon that has been traditionally very popular in Japan, and therefore we thought it would make an ideal addition to the game. For the score rankings on the leaderboards for PlayStation Network in Ninja Gaiden Sigma, we have expanded the rankings to include new data in addition to just your karma score. Things like the number of times that the player died during a particular chapter, or the number of times they pulled off a difficult technique, in order so that you can kind of tell how that player proceeded through the game just by looking at their statistics. We believe that Ninja Gaiden Sigma is the first real action game experience on next-generation consoles. So I would encourage everyone to go and get a copy of Ninja Gaiden Sigma for PlayStation 3 when it's released late spring in 2007.
Thanks for watching the show, and as usual, don't forget to hit up the boards and the blogs. Also, emails are always appreciated at weekly@ign.com. Now, before I take off, I have a disappointing announcement. IGN Weekly is going to be taking a short break, so we won't be seeing you guys next week. But I promise we will be back soon, and until then, I'll see you guys later.